Hi, I'm Charlie from Go Outdoors, and we're going to talk about how to fit walking boots. Having a proper fitted walking boot is really important for enjoying your time outside. If you don't get it right, you can encounter some blisters and pain through every step of the way. So if you follow these steps, you'll ensure you'll get a great fit. Now the first place to start is by starting with the right walking sock. Having good walking socks will be really important for getting any kind of sweat and moisture away from your foot and allowing it to move through the technology in the boot. If you don't, you run a higher risk of getting blisters, okay? So starting out with great walking socks, first thing with a boot fitting after that is going to be using the insole. So take the insole out from inside the boot and you want to place that on the floor. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my heel at the back of the insole and then I'm going to stand up. And what I'm looking for here is to make sure that there's about a finger width distance apart between the front of my toe and the end of the insole. That'll allow me a little bit of space in case my foot swells throughout the day or in case there's a little bit of movement within the boot. So when you're walking downhill, your toes don't hit the front of the boot. So that's a great first start. It's a great start to say the boot is likely to fit. Once we go through that, pop the insole back in the boot and then we can pop the boot on. We want to put your heel on the ground and make sure your foot is pushed to the back of the boot. Once we've done that, make sure the tongue is straight. And that's this piece here. So you want to make sure that that tongue is nice and straight and centered on your foot. Once that's been done, you want to start tightening up the laces. You want to tighten them up so they're snug. So they're not overly tight, otherwise that's going to be quite uncomfortable. But you want them so they're going to hold your foot in place. Once you've done up the laces to the top, a great trick is to just drop down one rung. And what that'll do is that will give you a little bit more of a secure fit in the heel, which is one of the most important parts when fitting a boot. Now that we've done that, what we're going to look at now is we're going to stand up, okay? First impressions are always good, have a bit of a feel. When you're at home, when you're trying these on, or when you're in store with one of our colleagues, they'll get you to do a couple tests. And this is to test the fit, to make sure that it's going to work well for your foot shape. So the first test we're going to do is we're going to walk up a small slope. And we're going to take small, kind of exaggerated steps. And what that does is it checks to see if the heel is secure in the boot. If the heel isn't secure, that can cause blisters, which can obviously be an issue. So we're going to find a slope, got one right here, and we're going to take small, exaggerated steps. Okay? And that's checking to see if the heel right here in the back of the boot is moving up enough or is secure. If it is, great. If it's not, check your lacing and make sure that the lacing is tight throughout. If you're still getting some movement, you might want to reconsider a different pair of boots, okay? If they are, great. Move on to the next step. And the next step is walking downhill. And again, we're going to take some exaggerated steps, sort of stamping. And what that will do, that'll check to make sure that the front of your toes aren't touching the front of the boot. If they are touching the front of the boot, that can cause both blistering and potentially some bruised toes. So that's what we're looking out for there. So after you've done that, you stomped around, they're not touching the front, great. If they are, again, recheck your lacing. And if they're still touching and you've checked the lacing, again, those boots might be a little bit small, you might need to go the next size up. Okay, so once you've gotten to that stage, and if you're at home again or in the store, walk around a little bit. Get some overall feelings for how the boots fit over a long period of time. If they are at home, try putting the boots on after you've gone out for a day. So if you use your old boots, go out and at the end of the day, come back in and put these boots on and see how they feel. At the end of the day, your feet do swell, so that will probably give you an accurate reflection of what they'll feel like when you use them outside. Okay? So, get some great socks, make sure the lacing's done up, check by walking up a small slope to make sure the heel is secure, check the fit by walking down a slope and see if your toes hit the front. If they meet all that criteria, then you've got a great fit. Like I said, go into one of our stores, get some advice from one of our colleagues, or Order these off the website and use this video to help guide yourself through boot fitting. Happy days, enjoy!